Well, one thing that they did think of was 1.5 million in the tax income threshold. And that was something that the PNP was saying, no, that's not possible.
Yes.
And now we're hearing talks of, if we are in power, it will be 3.5 million. A lot of people are calling BS on this and say this is a fantastical figure that will eventually bankrupt the nation.
All right, so I'm going to look into
Mr. Matsman, what do you say to this?
I'm going to look into that. First of all, like a relationship, policy is a construct of time and space. So you see, when you come and look at like your husband, you're married, right? Good. So your husband, you're at a particular place.
Check out for real.
A particular place at a particular time, and you met him, and you were both single, and it worked out. I mean, I don't know if you're both single, come here and talk people business. But I'm just saying,
plot twist.
But whatever was in reality, that time and that place was the right time.
Yes.
Good. Now, if it was at the wrong time or the wrong place, maybe if you never got that event, you would have seen. So that's how relationships evolve. So too policy. At this time, what's the reality? In 2016, was it 2016? When the JLP came with their 1.5, the country was just coming out of a very difficult period.
Right.
Now, not only did they say 1.5, they say with no new taxes. At that time, we say, you can't do it without new taxes. Because they're saying they're going to build a car with square wheel. And we say, no, you have to have round wheel. And then they build a car with round wheel and say, me tell you, they're not going to build a car. So they keep on saying, but we did the 1.5, but they introduced new taxes. The first year of the JP government, they introduced a raft of taxes to satisfy the 1.5. Okay. Now the country has evolved to where we are capable to afford different things because the PNP set fiscal policy rules that had to carry debt to GDP down to 62%. So at the time, debt to GDP was, I think, 80%. So we couldn't afford it at that time. Now that we're here, we see two proposals on the table. The first proposal is the JLP that says they're going to change income tax rate from 25% to 15%. Now, that means that the government will lose income, am I correct? Because they would have lose the 10% that you have reduced.
Yeah.
That is $90 billion. The PNP said, no, we not do it so. We will increase the threshold to 3.5 million. That is $55 billion. This is not my figures. This is Price Waterhouse having calculated what 3 million would be, and we use it to use a exponential of what 3 million would be versus 3.5 million would be. So the JLP's cost is 90 billion. The PNP's cost is 55 billion. The two we have the same $100. But them we have spent $90, so we can't afford $55. But them can afford $90. It is a contrary thing to me that every time PNP says something, them say how it will be funded. But when JLP says something, it's like JLP have them personal money. Is what? JLP rich personally and I go use one of the 28 accounts I go fund it? Or the same budget exists. Now, how is it that we will fund it?
That's a big question.
But there's a thing called a fiscal policy paper. So each year when the government provides the budget, they also must provide a projection of what different things will be in a fiscal policy paper.
Okay.
It says that natural increase in revenues will be $147 billion in the next 3 years. Now, how can we not afford 55 billion out of 147 billion? This is their projections, JLP's projections. They are also planning to give up 90 billion. So how them can give up 90 billion, but we can't give up 55 billion? What disqualify we? You understand? So the problem that I have
for our own country,
is that concept. Now, the second component is our $36 billion for our programs. And because of the billion, people might not understand. Any serious government must pay their debt and must pay their salaries. So the entire election is around the other rest of money we left after debt and salaries. Because no matter who did it, debt must be paid, salaries must be paid.
Yeah.
So $360 billion left. All right. So I'm just going to put it in context. We are the foster parents of the society. When you're government, you're the foster parent. You're the father of the nation. You have to take care of people. Your duty. So this father have $360,000. The priorities of feeding the children, of sending them to school, of giving health care, of sending them to university, of giving them access to housing is $36,000 out of $360,000. Which father can legitimately say, I can't afford $36,000 out of $360,000 as the priorities of our society? So when you see them come and say that, oh, PNP can't afford, why can't we afford $36,000 to make sure children are fed? Why can't we afford $36,000 out of $360,000? But through $1 billion, it's hard for people to conceptualize billion.
Yeah.
So nationwide now, JLPFM come through and say, yo, PNP's cost is 90 billion. I know PNP alone around. What's JLP's cost? Because one of JLP program is 90 billion. The whole of our program is 90 billion. You put up big brawling. This when a money in 90 billion, I never see more than 40,000 in life. Him start to say this, no sir, where am I get 90 billion from? Because it's concept of money. But just the forgiveness of the 10% is 90 billion for JLP. Their total, our total is equal to one of their promises. I mean, nobody has say how them are going to fund it. So me want to know who to stop we from fund it. Same place where them get the 200 used buses, where used cars where we not get up till this point. The same place where Daryl Vaz get the $1.4 billion to buy the BBL bus them where don't cost 300 million. The same place where them get money for pay market me because she's the minister girlfriend.
Wow.
The same place where them get money to pay off Ram Sharak for not talk about how she was hired at Petrojam without any CXC. The same place where them get money from Fian Jones, let's buy $1 billion out of vote up on the TV. The same place where them get money to do the things that they are promising is the same place we will get money to do it.